guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a little part of my story, my adoption story. And if you can tell based on the title of this video, I did have to say no to my birth mother, a request she had made a few years ago. So we met my birth family in 2014. When I searched, we actually had a trip planned to Korea, my husband and I, as just more a vacation than anything, but I had searched and they happened to have been found in time for us to coordinate meeting them. So we met them and spent actually a lot of time with them during our time in Korea. Got to know them a little bit. We had translators that were provided to us by the agency for part of our trip, and then the other parts they had friends to translate for us, which was really nice. In 2015, they had wanted to visit us in the States, which was really exciting at the time, and we certainly welcomed the idea of them visiting. It was going to be the oldest and youngest biological sister, her husband's, and the youngest, and one of them has a child. So the youngest sister, the one I'm closest with, has a child that is about 6 months older than my oldest. So when they were planning the trip, it sounds a little bit heartless, maybe it sounds a little bit cold, but my biological mother had wanted to come, and this, I mean, it still gives me pain, like, it definitely gives me pain to talk about it and like think about it, but I feel like it's important to share, and I feel like it's important for the adoptee community to know that you just have to do you, right? You just have to be you, and you have to do what feels right, like for you and for your family. So yeah, my biological mother had wanted to come to the States with her other daughters to visit us, and I said no. And looking back, I don't think I would have made a different decision. I think it still would have been no. The way the trip was set up, they were going to be staying with us in our home. And keep in mind, I had like a 3-month-old or something at the time of planning this trip, and she was probably about 5 months when they were actually like in the States visiting us. So yeah, I was like a new mother. I was a couple months postpartum. I just couldn't have her in my home. Like, and it would have been one thing, I guess, if they were staying in a hotel, like we had stayed in hotels in Korea. If they were staying in a hotel and we were just visiting with them during the days, then maybe. But even still, like, that gives me pause to think about too. I think it was more to do with, based on her interactions with me while we were in Korea, I just felt super uncomfortable. I felt really burdened by her pain. I felt a little bit, I don't know if like resentful is like the right word. I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but I think that her comments about like just kind of almost taking credit or like ownership or something of me and my life and my accomplishments, and like as if she had something to do with that, which on some level, of course, like the argument could be like, obviously without life you can't do anything. So I will be forever like indebted to her for having me and for making that decision. Like, that's an impossible decision. Like, I can't even process what that would be like. And I think that's why I had to say no to her request. I think like the same reason why I knew I was gonna get like all weird about this, but okay. Let's see if I can talk about this and not be weird. So I think the main thing about not allowing my birth mother to come was because I had my daughter. I was still, I guess, like navigating who I was as a mother, how to be a mother. I was very sensitive to the idea that she claimed my daughter as her granddaughter. Yes, technically she is the biological grandmother to my children, but I think that the title grandma is a very earned one. I don't think it's right. I think that she is absolutely the grandmother to my biological sister's daughter, but I don't think that I could have her in my home. I don't know, like holding my baby as if she's played a part in her life, or that it's her place to give parenting advice, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I couldn't have her in my home with my daughter. I feel very loyal to my parents who raised me, who've been with me like since I was 9 months old and came to this country, and they've been with me, you know, like a part of my daughter's life and my son's life, you know, since the days they were born. And I think they very much have the right to hold those titles. I feel very differently about my biological sisters. I mean, I will forever, like I said, refer to them as biological sisters, and not just sisters, because I think, again, that's a role that's, I guess, held for my sister here and my brothers, my siblings here, whom we've grown up together and have been here. And but it is a little bit different. So my biological sisters, like, they also played no part in giving me up for adoption if they didn't have a choice in that. But anyway, I don't hold them like accountable in the same way. And when in Korea, they weren't, I guess, I don't know, making me uncomfortable in, like, at all, like my birth mother was. Like, my birth mother was very sorry and very, like, emotional, like, and I don't know, like, I felt like she was trying to burden me, maybe not consciously, but she was placing a burden on me that I wasn't comfortable with, and it wasn't really, honestly, my burden to carry. I think I have my own burdens from the adoption process and my own things to work out that I don't need to be carrying hers too. And again, I'm sure that some adoptees probably think I'm super cold and super, like, how dare I? Like, she gave me life, and I owe her everything, and I need to put my discomfort aside and accommodate her wishes. But no, like, I'm not sorry for making that decision. I don't think that I would make it any differently now. For 5 years ago, would I have made a different decision now? Yes, maybe. Maybe because my children are older. I'm older. I've had a lot of time to process my adoption, my birth family reunion, the role that they play in my life, and the impact that finding them has had and not had on my life. So I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I think that at the time I made the right decision. I have no regrets. I really try not to live with any regret, because there's no point. And this is a really individual journey. So I think that, like I said, other adoptees are gonna maybe see this video, maybe hear my story, and I don't know, shame me for it, or I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I think the adoptee community is generally pretty supportive of each other. So, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And yeah, the reason I'm making these videos is, part of it's almost like therapy for me, just to share with a community that, you know, might understand me and might understand, yeah. And watching other people's content when I was going through this, or like even just now, like, even I so appreciate adoptees who put out their stories. Like, it helped me tremendously to process, and it still helps me, you know, today, like just hearing other people's stories. So I hope this helps someone. I hope that people know that they have choices, and yeah, just because if you do meet your birth family and, you know, you have choices, like, don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. Don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything that you're not comfortable with. Don't let anybody guilt or shame you into it. That's honestly the best advice I could give you. And like, stick to your, you know, stick to your gut. Like, you know you best, and you have to do what's right for you. So thanks for watching. I do have a lot to share. I was thinking about doing actually like kind of like a recap of my like motherland tour, maybe just even reviewing the places we stayed, you know, places we visited, what would we recommend, and what did we not like, or what would we have done differently. So I'm thinking about doing that. I also, while we were there, we had done a pre-wedding, what I guess Koreans call it, pre-wedding photo shoot. So even though we were already married at the time, but we did that, and that was super fun. And for anyone going back to Korea, yeah, it was super fun. So I kind of want to share about that, because I think that not everybody knows about it, that it's a thing and that it's available. And it was probably the best part of like probably the best part of my trip to Korea. And it was, yeah, so I'd love to share that. So I have a couple videos, ideas that I'm thinking about sharing those things. So thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video if you liked it. And I will see you in the next one. Take good care. Bye.